Tolu Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for stuff. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tearing back out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is been insane. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is been insane. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Do Show with the Boss. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week on this Monday night. Boss, what's the word with you? How you feeling?
I feel awful. I work with kids, guys, and I got their sickness. So if I have a cough drop, if I go mute real quick, it's because I got a cough and don't want you guys to hear it. So I'm not feeling great.
I need my mask. I don't need to
Right?
catch what you got over there. I got allergies too. I'm all stopped up too, but it's because of
Yeah,
allergies.
you were
It's
just
allergy
sick the
season for
other
me.
day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not feeling too hot. But overall, I wasn't expecting anything today, especially after the first half of basketball. So
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm content. It doesn't do much for us, but I think it does prove why there's other reasons why teams rest their starters when they get into positions like this. It's not just for health, but it is because of just like what's there to play for, you know? So,
By the way, you need to get you some tea.
I only have sleepy time tea. So if you want me to fall asleep right now,
Oh, well, make sure you don't get no tea then.
no.
You don't need no tea.
No. I had soup.
yeah.
I made the soup and grilled cheese. I felt like a little kid, you know?
Okay. Make sure you get some rest in tonight for sure after we finish up. So guys, we see you guys in the chat, man. We see your comments for sure saying, responding to this game. We're gonna get as many comments as we can. You guys know the drill. If you miss your comment, repost, super chat, whatever you guys want to do, caps lock, we'll come to you if we can. Very quickly, guys, as you guys know, we are Boss and I are doing another fundraiser for the month of April, guys. And I've shared with you guys, on a few shows back that both of my sons, Carson and Kai, are both autistic. And for this month, guys, we have partnered with Autism in the D, which is a nonprofit that focuses on autism acceptance and inclusion. And it supports community events to bring more awareness and resources to the city of Detroit. And as we have done, guys, in previous months, we are going to be donating half of all super chats this month to the Autism in the D Foundation. So I am going to be at the annual Autism Walk on April 12th from 12 to 3, which is actually hosted by Autism in the D. So if you guys want to support, feel free to pull up. I'm going to be there with the fam. Let's link up. But if you guys have already, showed a lot of support, and we really appreciate that as well. So thanks in advance for your support, guys. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have already showed up, like he said. So just excited, to see what else you can do, move forward. Still a lot of great things to come. Yes.
Yeah.
I also saw 313 Curry here. People really crashing out on Instagram. Fans won't survive a playoff series. That's silly to me. Because I'll just say real quick, we'll get into our thoughts of the game anyways, but I'll just say real quick, if I'm the Magic, I'm realizing my season's over. And Devon said he turned it off. Devon, we cut it from 26 to 4.
Hey, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna call myself out because I was kind of watching the Michigan game. It's on right now too. It's a national championship game. First time in 13 years we've been here and we lost last time. So I'm like, come third quarter, I'm like, boss, let's just start a little early, man. This game was over. And she's like, no. I'm like, bro, Michigan ain't been here in 13 years. I'm trying to catch this game. It's a big deal. She's like, let's just play it out. Let's just see how the fourth quarter looks. I'm like, I was low-key annoyed. I ain't gonna lie. I was low-key irritated.
I could tell. He stops texting me when he's annoyed with me. We save each other's feelings. I do the same thing, though. But he was like, let's just start a few minutes early. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to finish the game, but I'll be on as soon as it ends.
Shout out to you.
It's a bummer.
You know what? I give you credit because you didn't send me no I told you so text.
No.
You didn't do none of that. I low-key was waiting to see if you was going to be petty, but you wasn't. So shout out to you for not being petty.
No, we saw it earlier with us and the Cavs, and I've said this in the Cavs game too. Is like I've watched Nikola Jokic guys for 9 years. Like the game's just not over sometimes.
So yeah, for sure. Everybody's saying get some tea too, though, for sure. But yeah, shout out to you, boss, for that call. That was a good call for sure, because at least we have some extra stuff to talk about because we did watch it.
Yeah.
So guys, let's get to it, right? So guys, if you missed this game tonight, the Pistons, they had their 3-game winning streak snapped by the Magic in the road loss. 107-123, and they dropped to 57-22 on the regular season. Before we go into this game, let's get to some news we have, boss, because we actually have some good news as far as the injury report front. So let's start there. Guys, we got some really good news regarding Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart today.
Ooh.
Yes, for the first time, guys, since their respective injuries, today they were both listed as doubtful on the injury report. Now, I know at first listen, that doesn't sound like it's a big deal. But, Cade has missed his last 10 games with his lung issue, obviously. And Stu has missed the last 13 with the MCL strain. So this is a big deal for both of those guys to be upgraded, boss, to doubtful. Now, there is no exact timetable for their return. And I actually am glad that neither of them played against the Magic, if you guys understand where I'm coming from. But it is a good step in the right direction, that we could be seeing both of those guys hopefully sooner than later. And that's what Coach said today, pregame, is that he hopes that both these guys will have a chance to play at least one regular season game before the start of the playoffs. And I think with them both being out for extended periods and, boss, with a week between the end of the season and the start of the playoffs because of the play-in, I think it's important and very crucial for the Pistons to toe the line here and kind of thread the needle between rest versus rust, because it'd be a lot to ask. If we're being real, it'd be a lot to ask, as much as we want these guys to get healthy. It's a lot to ask to have both those guys come back into the fold game one without having played in over a month now, and expect them to individually and collectively just pick right up where they left off. And for them as individuals and as a team, that's hard. That's a lot to ask. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them for at least, boss, and let me know you think at least the final game against the Pacers and maybe even the second to last game against the Hornets. But what are your thoughts on that, boss?
Yeah, I don't think that they play Wednesday. That would be like amazing if they did, because it is the last home game.
Yeah.
Hornets would be a nice one just because that is, again, kind of another potential matchup. So you can just get some guys some reps against guys they might face.
Right.
Pacers, same thing. I think that we will see a little bit. But yeah, exactly. Just toe the line with that, because, if I'm also JB, and he said earlier, like, you cannot replicate an NBA game feel for these guys enough for, to get them back. But if I'm kind of him, my kind of game plan is to rally the G Leaguers and have a full game that week that they're off in the play-in. And with exceptions, like, don't be diving for loose balls and stuff, but like, have a full game and see where you're at. Like, have some competition. Again, you can't necessarily replicate it completely or the feel of it, but I do agree. I think, it is still beneficial that we have that week between play-in and playoffs as well.
Sure.
So, but I would like to see them get some reps up. And he did say that he wants them to play one more game. So I don't know how many minutes it will be. Maybe not a lot, but just to go out there and, warm up a bit. So, and, we saw that today too with JB at the end of the game when the Magic took a timeout, and then Detroit ended up taking a timeout right after their timeout, because JB was going to like, oh, it's time to put in the bench. Like, JB was just like, okay with losing this game. And it sounds like the way that Greg and George were talking about it that the starters like, nah, like we want to go finish this. We want to go finish this. And it ended up, the Magic, woke up a little bit. But this is who I know the Magic to be as well this season. So again, if I'm them, I'm not feeling good about this. And yeah, they were missing Franz, but like they had Mo and they didn't play him.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot.
He fell out of the rotation. He's fallen out of the rotation. Oh yeah.
Wow.
He's fallen out of the rotation.
So
they're in a space right now, and again, I also think that the refs kind of wanted the Magic to win this just to keep it fun, interesting. Yeah. Keeps them in the running for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 8th, 9th, 10th, because those positions do matter in terms of immediate elimination or a round robin. You know. So yeah.
Let's get to Edwards super chat. Edwards says, "Go Pistons from Brazil. CJ McCollum is a great scorer and is nearing the end of his contract. He will be the missing piece for next season."
He's the most expensive. I'm not doing it. I just said I want Javon Carter. I don't want CJ.
After what he's done to us this year, I'm so sick of his face.
Yeah,
he's a good player. I'm just tired of I'm tired of seeing them zoom in on his face after every made. I'm just so tired of seeing. He's a good player though. I hear what you're saying as far as a secondary guy who can play make, who can also go and get buckets. I like CJ McCollum when he's not playing against the Pistons. I just can't stand him because he always seems to go off against his team. But Edward, I hear you, bro. I think that would be a pretty good fit for a guy like Cade. But like Boss said, that'd probably be a little bit pricey for what we're trying to do this offseason. But what do you think? He's
on the Wizards now, right? So I'm curious what they do. Right?
No, he got moved, didn't he?
No, he's on the Hawks.
He's on the Hawks now.
I think the way the Hawks are rolling, he might be a part of their rebuild. He might stay.
Think so?
For those young guys. Because some of those young guys, they're still a young enough team. I think that they need some guidance there. And Jalen popped off again today against the Knicks. The Knicks did win, but whatever.
But Edward, I do hear you in theory as far as the fit. I think that's a good fit. Yeah, I feel you on that. And appreciate the super chat, bro, for sure. What's good, Evany?
Hello.
Hey guys, Evany was just live streaming, I think on Live Assist. So shout out to him if you guys were over there with him for sure. My guy, our guy, clutch points writer for the Detroit Pistons, our guy, man, for sure. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, boss. So for let's just keep going with the injury report. So guys, also Tobias Harris was out with this game. He returned last game after missing the previous game with a knee issue, and he was out again with a knee issue again. I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's more so just management. So we'll see how that goes. But also Duncan Robinson was out for this game with a right hip strain. No update as of yet. And lastly, Karis LeVert was also held out with a knee issue of his own. And I think once again, like Tobias, it's more so just a management thing. Nothing more than that. But guys, as we have talked about before, I know we lost this game. We're going to talk about why. But when you look at the overall season, guys, we're down to 3 more games on the regular season. We're down to 3 more games in the regular season. And I think it's important that we all, I've said it before, but it's very important that we all just take a minute and just kind of smell the roses, boss, because this has still been a very historic season. And I want to make sure that we don't forget that. This was shown tonight, guys. Look at this progress report. Look at the things that we've done this year as a Pistons organization. They have done some very impressive things, guys, as far as accomplished and still in progress. Division champs, first time in 18, 19 years, right? 18 years. East top seed, first time in 19 years. 30 home wins, first time in 18 years. And still on the table, 60 wins. It's been 20 years since that has happened. When they won 64, when they went 64 and 18, which is the reverse of what happened 2 years ago when we went 14 and 68. Playoff series win. Last time it happened was 18 years ago, right? And then top 3 defense, last time once again, 18 years ago. So this has been a very historic year as far as just accomplishments for this team. And I don't want this season to kind of get lost as a ho-hum. I really want people to really just appreciate what's happening here, because as we showed you guys, it's been 18, 19, 20 years since a lot of things have happened, and they've all happened simultaneously in one season. Yeah. So that just shows how good this team is and how good this team can be. And last but not least, boss, I got to shout out Coach Bickerstaff again, the coach of the year. Woo! Coach of the year. Because, guys, through 2 seasons, he has the most wins as a coach, or the 3rd most wins as a coach in Pistons history. Mm-hmm. And just look at this real quick, guys. Now, you got Doug Collins, you got Rick Carlisle, Larry Brown, and Flip Saunders, right? Yeah. All those guys, all those seasons that they had, those 2 seasons together, back-to-back seasons for those guys, were all impressive. I think what Doug Collins did with Grant Hill and Stackhouse and all those guys, impressive. Rick Carlisle with Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins and Cliff Robinson and Bob Sura, impressive. Larry Brown, impressive, right? Flip Saunders, impressive. But I think when you look at the turnaround in the starting point versus the end of the second year, I think JB's may just be the most impressive, boss.
Yeah. Well,
Because
that's like what's crazy.
nobody expected this 2 years later from what we saw in 2024.
Absolutely, especially in today's NBA. And it's kind of crazy, you go, if you switch them just in numerical order, you got Carlisle from 1, 2, 3, then Brown from 3, 4, 5, then Saunders from 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Like, the only trend I hope that doesn't keep up is that we don't keep our coach for more than 3 seasons. Like, it's kind of crazy.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's fun, and we're coming back into our Pistons ways, and that's just been kind of, oh my god, my dog I just jumped because my dog went like this to me. Oh my god, sorry.
Which one, Moosey or Bear?
Bear. He just I don't know, squared up with me for some reason.
That's a good point though. Yeah, because we didn't keep a lot of those guys for a long time. I think JB's gonna break that trend for sure.
Oh yeah,
you may see him here through the 30s.
I think a lot of teams, I think it's something that's wrong with the NBA today is just quick turnover in terms of coaching.
Yeah.
So I would love to see him stay here, even if we have a lull or something,
Yeah.
It's how guys Popovich through ups and downs, a lot of ups, but also ups and downs. And the Heat coach, I always forget his name. And Spoelstra and Steve Kerr, these guys, they've earned, the teams love them and the fans love them as well. So
yeah. So I had to shout him out, man, because nobody saw this coming.
Right.
The way that he's done it from the starting point that he started from to be here. If we do get to 60 wins, guys, it'll be the first team in the history to go from 60 plus losses to 2 years later 60 plus wins in history. So we got to win the next 3. We got the last 3, we got to win them to get there. But still, just that in itself is incredible. Incredible stuff. So
and
he deserves a lot of
60
credit.
wins, it would be an incredible feat, but it's definitely not what I want to. And we'll talk about it in opening thoughts and stuff. But one of my main takeaways was I don't want to. This isn't how I want to finish off the season. Actually, rest the starters if they're going to come off with that much lackluster of who cares.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hated the start of this game. I was like, well, actually, this is boring and it's kind of killing the vibe. So.
Right. Devon says the first sense should be our right, bro. First sense win. I like that. Yeah, for sure. Camilo, what's up, bro? Camilo says, hey, good day, everyone. We fought well, but it wasn't enough. Despite our absences, we competed hard. The only thing I'm sad about is Desmond Bane being happy. Take care of yourselves.
Right. What did I say to you? What did I say to you in the text? I was like, the most angering thing about this is that we're letting the Magic have it so easy that they're getting egos. They don't have Paolo and maybe in the past, Bane in the past, can argue their egos, but not this season. You don't get one. So that was my biggest thing too. I hated seeing them smile on the bench all that, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Okay, congrats on going from 10th to 9th.
Right. For now.
Right.
They still not the hunt yet either. That's the funny part. So. And we're going to get to that too, as far as the urgency in this game and stuff like that. So, guys, now that we got that out the way, starting lineup tonight, since we had guys out, the Pistons went with a starting 5. And let me pull up the graphic here. A starting 5 of Daniss Jenkins, Kevin Huerter, Ausar Thompson, Paul Reed at the 4, and JD at the 5. And, guys, the poll is now live for why you guys thought the Pistons dropped this game tonight. So you guys can go ahead and have it that. And we will check back on that as we move throughout this show. But, boss, I'm going to swing it to you now. As far as what you saw in this game, I'm going to let you kick it off with some initial thoughts. What did you see tonight that stood out to you in this game?
I just want to quickly address this one, too, because Little M's says the Magic were desperate. Oh, my God, my dogs. And played hungry, and we played like we ate already. I agree and disagree. Guys, we led the Magic in assists. We tied them in rebounds. If this is the Magic's best, the way we were playing, it's bad. Turnovers were bad, but I just didn't see anything from the Magic that I was like, oh, these guys want to win it. What I saw was us giving the game to them.
Okay. I think it's a combination of both, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was up and down. I'm not saying it was 48 minutes of that. As they went on good runs, they had solid defensive plays. They were aggressive at certain times, but also I think the way the game started, we gave up so many rebounds or so many turnovers, and it just was, to me, I was just like, this is why they're gonna think that they could do this. And then it was kind of proven
It's full goal
in the second
Full
half
goal.
when we went from 26 to 4 in a quarter.
Mhm.
And yeah, they came back and stuff, but it was because we started making those mistakes again. A couple unforced mixed with a couple forced, just quick. So that's just kind of where I get it, but I'm not gonna say that the Magic went out there and they wanted it bad. That's not how I felt about it. I think the Magic played a good game of basketball, but they didn't show me anything that they wanted it. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
But I've watched the Magic. I've been tapped in with them for a little bit, and they just haven't. I don't think that they're happy with where they're at in this season, and I think they're actually pretty okay with a first round exit or a play. Like they're not playing like they want to play playoff basketball lately.
Well, I think the first order of business for them, and I'd never advocate for this for anybody, but I think the first order of business for them may be looking at a coaching change. From what I've been told and from talking to different people around, the league and people who live there and fans over there and otherwise, I think that's the first order of business that they're going to look at because they're not happy with that. But let me just run through some numbers we always like to look at before we get into this game to see the Pistons play to their style, right? So points in the paint, the Pistons actually won that battle, 58-52. Fast break points, they lost that battle 16-23. The rebounds were a wash at 35. Free throws, the Pistons only took 19, and the Magic shot 40.
I said the refs wanted to help them win, and I'm not saying the refs are necessarily wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that the calls they made weren't fouls, but I'm saying that there were plenty of calls they could have had on the other end for some of our guys, so it could have been a little more equal.
I agree. Turnovers, the Pistons lost that battle. They turned it over 21 times to 15 for the Magic. Yes. Points off turnovers, the Pistons only had 14, and they conceded 33. So those two go hand in hand, and the Magic paid it off. Assists 31-28 for the Pistons, and stocks 17-25 in favor of the Magic. So they lost more areas that they would like to, and when you're trying to play to your style, they lost more categories than they would have liked to, for sure. I think that was a big part of it. But I'm gonna say this, boss.
Yeah.
Like, I hear what you're saying about the Magic. I think it's two sides to a coin. I think tonight, just watching this game, one team looked like they needed this game, and one team didn't.
Absolutely.
I really felt like the Pistons, like they played like the Pistons played to me like they knew they had the number one seed locked up. The game script early in this game was the opposite of what the Pistons want. Like the Pistons, they were playing in the half court, and the Magic were the ones getting stops. The Magic were the ones getting out in transition. The Magic, they played last night. This is a back-to-back for them. The Pistons didn't play, but yet the Magic was a team with more energy. They were the ones running out in transition. The Pistons were sluggish out the gate. They got down. The Magic hit first. We also about hitting first. The Magic hit first. So for me, they are fighting for playoff position, and they came out with more urgency. They didn't play perfect, but they just had more energy. They're trying to avoid that play-in, right? They're trying to avoid the play-in.
Sorry.
And every one of these final games means a ton to them in that regard. Like the Pistons, to be fair, they did respond, but like we always say, boss, 48 minutes. Tonight, it was not consistent. 70 points in the first half given up. That's not going to get it done. Regardless of how many points the Pistons score, you can't give up 70 at halftime and expect to win. And like I mentioned, to their credit, in the fourth quarter, they brought it. They woke up, 14-0 run just at the beginning of the quarter, 13-1 run at the end of the quarter to cut it down to 4, like you mentioned. So that's encouraging, but it's also frustrating because the run is great. The run is great. They played harder, more urgency, more inspired, but it's like, where was that at to start the game? So for me, it's encouraging, but it's to see they can do it, but it's also frustrating because, like, if you bring it from the beginning, we're not here.
I think that's why, and because going off your points just made me think, I think that's why I felt like if this is all the Magic can do, because we really played sluggish for 3 quarters. So if this is all the Magic can do, I think that's why I was like, where's the edge? But it was a one-sided fight almost. I think that's why. I think if, like you said, if we played that way and this was a game like that the whole way through, whether it was a game of runs or a game of, if we played that way, then their urgency could have been proven a little bit better. But for me, I was more just like, I can't sit there and tell you that they wanted it more when we were handing it to them. In our style of play. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I do completely agree. Like I said, and I really loved Huerter's game throughout, but the one off the bench, or Tolu, was actually who I thought was the most aggressive, the one who wanted to be on the court the most for us. And that just also kind of shows the mindset of like, hey, like you guys clinched the 1 seed. I know I'm a part of it, but I can get substantial minutes here tonight, and I want to go out and play them.
Yeah.
So
he always brings it. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that was just a mindset thing of like
100%.
That's what just was showing to me is like it was apparent that some guys just came out and was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe
we good.
It's kind of
we good in the East.
Yeah.
We good in the East.
Again,
That's what it feels like. I ain't gonna lie.
Some of it's a little bit subconscious, but at the same time, the way that JB was approaching that final quarter after the run, kind of being like, okay, time to bring in the bench. Good run, you're all. And then he's like, well, actually, maybe we'll fight. It tells me that everybody kind of had a sense of, let's just try some things out. And I'll get to it later too, but there was lots of coaching, one-on-one coaching, individual coaching, not letting guys go to the bench to sit down and just coaching them right there as a unit because this was a coaching game. This was a teaching game. We saw him.
This right here?
We saw him. Yeah. I loved it. That was during a blood timeout, which, you don't know how long that's going to be. You don't necessarily have to go to the bench anyways. But everyone had his attention. He pulled them all in. He was very vocal. Before that, him and Ron were barking at each other. Before that, the Magic took a timeout and JB pulled Sass aside after Sass made the 3. But he was probably talking about Sass and his defense because today was a coaching game. Today was not more of course it was let's see what we can accomplish as a team. But I think it was more of like let me set a standard for each of you individually and I'll let you know if you're hitting it or not.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree with that for sure. So that's all I got.
I got to pop up and grab some cough drops before I.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Boss is toughing it out tonight, y'all, for sure. She really fighting through. She playing sick. For sure. This is her flu game. So we appreciate her as always, man. Just, stepping it up her use, even when she's not feeling the greatest. If I knew she was feeling like this, I could have ran it myself. But, she loves doing these anyway. So I appreciate her as always, man. So guys, let's check this poll out real quick and see what you guys thought was the reason for this loss. So I'll see if Boss can guess it when she comes back. But you guys think that the lack of consistent urgency at 57% was the biggest reason, and I think that as well. Boss, you probably heard me, so I probably spoiled it. So
that's fine.
Guess.
That's what I said when you told me the poll. That was my thing. I think turnovers is the obvious one. Yeah, but it was like almost a symptom. It
kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah,
it was a symptom of the disease of no urgency. So
I agree. No, it's true. It's true. And turnovers was right there at 32%. Then it was free throws at 10%, which is also fair because they outshot us they doubled our free throw attempts, which is crazy. And transition defense was at 0. So I think it's pretty clear. And actually, I don't know. I thought that one might have gotten more as far as transition D, just because they looked like us and we looked like them. Like we were the team. It was like even off their makes, they were like pushing the basketball. It was crazy. We just weren't getting back. It was so many times we would score and they come right back down and score. It's like, and we're right back in the half court again. So
there were a couple times that they just really flew forward, but there were a couple times too where I was like, actually, I really like that transition D. Like there's a couple times that I was like, so there's just sometimes that we just let a guy get behind us, way behind us and everything. But other than that, I don't think that was a major problem.
All of the above. Was that kind of game, wasn't it? No. I'm not mad at that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and said Boss gonna drop some 60 in her flu game. You all right? You good? If you need to call it, you can.
Denver's losing now.
Okay.
They're trying to get them in the 3rd, so we have to deal with the Spurs.
I'm gonna do my best not to get sidetracked with this Michigan game. They're up right now, 4 points to start the second half, so we'll keep you guys posted. But I'm gonna do my best to stay focused on this. So, guys, let's go to some box scores, Boss. Let's go to Tink in this game first, guys. Let's go to Daniss Jenkins in this game. Daniss Jenkins, guys, finished with 18 points on 6 for 11 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Let's go. 2 boards, 7 assists, 5 turnovers is high, 1 steal in 34 minutes. Boss, what did you see from Tink tonight in this game?
Wow, it really was just a team thing because 5 turnovers being the high out of 19 just tells me it was just spread around. Yeah. So no one individual to fault. Will you calm down? My one dog is on something right now.
Calm down, Bear.
Truly. But hey. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to stay focused too. They want to watch the Natty also. 6 of 11 field goal. Can't get mad about that. I mean, his shot was really falling tonight. 7 assists, also led the team. 18 points, tied to lead the team. 2 rebounds. Yeah, great. 1 steal. Love to see it. So, there's nothing there was nothing bad about his performance at all. But just as a team, it just wasn't, it wasn't perfect tonight. But he stepped up and played well, and it's always nice to see him get these extra minutes and stuff. And I think that he'll continue to, obviously, going forward. So yeah. I think a good game from Daniss. Let me just see real quick if I had no notes from him because nothing was really standoutish. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he was solid. I thought he was solid in this game. I feel like he did what he's done all year, just kind of be a floor general offensively, just set the table, run the offense, while also staying aggressive, looking for his own offense. He was a little loose with the ball at times, though, which is, I'm going to always highlight that because I always call it out when he plays great and secures the ball. That's one thing I always talk about that I love about him is his ball security. Tonight, I wasn't quite like this. Well, I wasn't quite like this quite tonight, as far as lean back. It was still there, but it was just some careless, sloppy play where the ball's kind of rolling out of bounds and he's just going to let it go instead of getting it and picking it up, and they go and pick it up and this, they're running. So it was just a little bit like a daisical, a little bit lethargic at times with the ball, which is not the norm for him. So I'm not going to trip on that. But defensively, I thought he was really good too. Defensively, the Magic, they were pushing, like I said, they were pushing the ball every opportunity, man. And I thought they thought they were the Lakers of the 80s or something. Like the way they were just taking the ball out the hoop and running the ball. Like that's what the Lakers used to do. Like they used to demoralize you. When you made shots, you expect to be able to set up defensively. And they wouldn't let you. The ball comes through the hoop and they're still pushing it half court. Like they're still trying to score. And that's what the Magic were doing. But on one play, to Tink's credit, they tried to do that off a score. And I think it was after the Pistons had a score. I think Kevin Huerter had a nice dime to Paul Reed. And the Magic took the ball right at the hoop and pushed it up ahead to Wendell Carter, who leaked out. And Daniss came from out of nowhere, sprinted back, and knocked it out of bounds. So that just his defensive awareness in this game, just the effort. I thought defensively, the effort on both sides for him was there. I don't feel like he was one of those guys that was just lethargic. But I thought defensively, he gave a lot of effort too. Had a big strip late in the fourth quarter also that we needed at the rim again. So he made some big plays defensively too. Go ahead.
It actually absolutely studied throughout, but also very cleaned up his game. Very big impact when we made that run. He was, on the floor. A big part of him. He was, that's when he got a lot of his assists. Just ball movement, getting some threes in the air. It was good.
Yeah, so that's all I got for him. Wasn't a great game, but it was pretty good. It was solid. Yeah. As far as relatively to everybody else, I thought he was one of the better players tonight in this game. Let's get to the super chat from Mauser. Says, how the team adjusts to these brain lapse games. I bet they win out the next 3. Yeah. I feel like JB goes nuclear in the locker room after games like this. It's funny too because we usually see that at halftime where he goes nuclear and you see the team wake up in the second half. It didn't really happen for them until the fourth quarter because, like you said, boss, he was ready to wave the white flag by the time we got to the fourth quarter, and they said no. So hopefully, Mauser, because like you say, we don't want, and I think Classic mentioned it too, is that you don't want to go into the playoffs on a losing streak, not for the sake of just having guys rest. Like you want to make sure you keep winning and keep guys fresh and in the rhythm.
At least trying. Like I don't want to lose the way we lost tonight.
Right.
But the next year, the Hornets will probably put up a battle because that's another thing that's kind of stinks is it's not like we've got 3 teams that are, not play-in teams or other teams that are locked in. Like we've got, the Bucks and Pacers are out of the running. Giannis is trying to come back to play with his brothers, which will be interesting. We get to see his brothers. That will be fun.
That's crazy.
You get to go to that game. You get to see the other 2 Antetokounmpos. It's going to be history. But
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but then the Hornets are fighting for position in the play-in. And so they're going to play hard. And the Pacers are the Pacers, but I just watched them the other day almost beat the Cavs. Because they have a couple guys, and I'll tell you once I see their names again, I'll warn you guys about who it is because they're depleted. They have 9 guys on their rosters, and 4 of them are on 10-day contracts. Some of these guys were they had nothing to lose, so they were just draining threes and making all these crazy plays. So it's gonna be tough, but we don't have the luxury of these last 4 games. We had to play the Magic and the Hornets, who are not just gonna ease up because they have something to fight for, even if we don't. So, but it would be awesome if we did win out. Because I do think even without some of these guys that we had out, tonight, like Tobias and Dunk and Karras, just other guys that, we've been playing without cadence to, our bench can do it. Our bench can give these guys a hard time. Yeah. That's why I think this loss was just frustrating in the fact that, it definitely didn't have to be that easy for the Magic. So I think that's what they take away from it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get some of these comments here. regarding Daniss, and we'll move on to Kevin Huerter. Richard says a bit sloppy with the ball. Thought we were going to come back, but turnovers killed the run.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to Woo for sure. GVH, hold that thought. Send the dogs to me, boss. Who let the dogs out? Michael says way too many turnovers for Daniss. I agree, especially by his standard as far as what we expect from him. So I think you are correct there, sir. Turnovers are killing me. Turnovers. Yeah, so you guys get it. DJ was holding his own against tough. Yeah, he was getting banged around too, guys. He was getting bumped, and like they weren't calling anything. Again, the foul discrepancy again was like he was getting doubled and getting slapped out. Not even just like swiping, but just getting bumped, like just body, just bumped, and they weren't calling anything for him. So I thought that was a big part of it too. But even with that, 7-5, I want to see at least a 2-to-1 ratio. 7-2, 7-3. At most as far as turnovers is what I want to see from him. So he'll bounce back. One more. Sean says, I call Daniss third string, but I should clarify. I love Tink as a backup, but I love him as a third string guy. I think that's fair. I still think he's definitely a backup for now, and I think that's only because he's a rookie. He's technically a rookie. He hasn't really played much. He didn't play much at all last year, even though he was in the NBA. This is his first real season. So that's why I'm calling this his rookie season. And I think after this year and next year, we'll feel all more comfortably about him, about Sean, you loving him being the backup, as opposed to liking him being the backup. But I feel you. I'm not mad at you for now. But we're gonna give him more time. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Let's keep pushing, man. Boss, let's go now to Kevin. What is that? Velvet Huerter in this game, guys. Kevin Huerter finished with 17 points, guys, on 7-14 shooting. 3 of 7 from 3, 3 boards, 5 assists, 4 turnovers. It's high for him. 4 steals, so he got all those possessions back in 32 minutes, boss. What did you see tonight from Red Skull, Red Velvet, Kevin Huerter?
The turnovers are basically just some passes that he's just in a role that he wasn't necessarily, it's new to him. So I'm not too mad about it, especially against a team that likes to force those steals anyways. But for him to get 4 steals, I'm going to focus on the good there. So he did fantastic there. He was, I think, the player of the game if it did come down to a belt situation. He played nearly the entire first and then nearly the entire fourth. The second, he had 2 threes. Then he had a nice find to Tolu at the rim. In the second, that's in the first. In the second, he missed the 3, but then B-Ball got the offensive rebound, and Kev cut for a nice outlet for outlet for B-Ball to give to, so he can, cut and score. And he was just constantly moving out there, and you could tell he was frustrated. There's something about the refs too right now, like. It's not just us and it's the Magic. It's just like the Magic are not only dirty on defense, but like they're low-key dirty on offense and drawing some of these fouls. And I think it drives a lot of teams complain about how the refs just kind of let it slide with them. And Huerter was a huge example of that because I haven't seen Huerter ever have to really argue so much. And then the other end, Anthony Black creates contact with him, and Huerter gets called for the foul. And he's like, someone just landed on my feet, and you guys won't even give me the time of day. And then you're calling me for a quick whistle because of the contact created by the offense. Like, and he just stood there. So I think, when you see that, there's a little bit more, he's just not someone to complain, it seems like. So, but he had a really good game. And how many threes did you say he made? 3?
Let me see. Let me double check again.
Yeah, 3 or 7.
He made 3. He took 7. He made 3. Yep.
I'm not mad at it. He had the 2 early ones, and then he had one later on, which was big. The one in the fourth, if that had gone in, it would have been huge. But yeah, I like these numbers all around, especially, he played 31 minutes, which I don't think he'll get as a backup shooting guard for us, but he's definitely earned his minutes out there. And, he didn't have necessarily competition. Sass wasn't a shooting guard tonight, and Karras wasn't in. But he definitely just showed that he can play good defense. He was he stayed in front of the defender well all night, was able to facilitate, was able to, get steals, able to score. So, I'm happy with what Kev did tonight for sure.
Shout out to Indie Sports Fan for becoming a new member, bro. Appreciate you, man. Let us know what you thought about this game, bro.
Just one more highlight in the fourth when we were on that run. And I love this because I don't think Banchero, even though he had a good game tonight, mostly at the free throw line, I don't think he's a good player. He hasn't bought into the system yet of the NBA. I think people keep expecting him to be better than Cade, keep expecting him to be in these top 5. And like, one thing he does is just fall asleep on the court. And
Yeah.
Kez was literally just knocked it out of his hand in the fourth.
Yep.
I just threw it up to him. So he's one of those, he's a yeller. I hate that. Like Ant was an "Hey ref," and then he started using the names, and Giannis is always "Ah," and Denny Avdija is always "Ah," and that's exactly and so that's who Paolo is as well, and I think that's why he gets some more whistles. But
I think he's definitely talented. He's just not a team guy. He's not a good team player.
Well, that's exactly what I said too with my 28 or with the 28 assisting. Like, if you're beating us by 26 points and we end the game with more assists than you,
right?
It tells me that, again, we're giving you these baskets basically with the turnovers, but it's telling me that you all want to get yours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and when I say y'all, it's Bane and Banchero.
Bane and yes, 100%. So yeah, I agree with you there for sure as far as Paolo. Like he's talented, but yeah, I don't think you're gonna win a championship with him as currently constructed if he's the main guy. Just not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna happen. For me, guys, with Kevin Huerter, boss, he is quickly becoming one of my favorite Pistons. Kevin Huerter is quickly becoming one of my favorite Pistons on this team, guys. I said it before, and it's probably not going to happen because of the timeline. Mm-hmm. But I more and more am leaning toward Kevin Huerter starting, boss. I know I said it before, but the more I see him get consistent minutes, I just want to see him. I just want to see what it looks like. Guys, here's how the first 90 seconds of this game went for Kevin Huerter. Steal on the first play of the game.
Yeah.
A strip on the next defensive possession.
Yeah.
And then an off-ball layup, off movement. That was in the first 90 seconds of the game. And here's the beauty of that, though. None of those plays are related to what we hoped he would bring us, which is three-point shooting. So that, to me, just shows that he's continuing to show that he is a multi-dimensional player. He can do a little bit of everything on both sides of the ball very well. But the thing is, like, don't worry, because midway through the first, he also had 2 3 balls.
Yeah.
So he was giving you that too. And on top of that, boss, he made a ton of plays just creating good shots for guys like Tolu at the rim, making the extra swing pass, unselfish pass for Ron Holland for a 3-ball in the corner where he likes the ball. Just passing up a good shot for a better one, helping Ron get some confidence. So he wasn't perfect. He did have some turnovers, some errant passes, a bad lob to JD, trying to force it into Tolu here and there. But overall, I thought he was a very good playmaker. And if his shooting continues to come around, because we always say, boss, he usually gives us 2 and that's it. He gave us 3 tonight on 7 attempts. I'm taking that's about 40-something%. I'm taking that. So if he continues to do that, he's going to be very, very pivotal for this team come playoff time. And I would not mind you mentioned we're not going to see him 30 minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing him 25 plus.
Well, exactly.
In a starting role. So I think he would, and last thing, and I'll let you go.
No, yeah.
I think he would look even better. Because think about it, Cade's been out. I think he would look even better playing alongside Cade. I think he'd look even better playing alongside Tobias Harris, along with JD and Ausar. I think those guys together, having the whole system and starting 5 together, would make it easier, that much easier for Kevin Huerter to be even better. So that's why what he's doing without those guys, I'm like, bro, if they're there, what's he gonna look like then? So I know it's not probably gonna happen now because of where we are in the season, but I just wish we had him to start the season now, because I feel like had we had him to start the season, I feel like he would be starting going into the playoffs. Go ahead, boss. Take off.
I think if we had him to start the season, he would have already outplayed Karras out of a position because Karras started so slowly for us. Karras didn't really lock in until much later. But, we probably will see him for more minutes, at least 20, if that playoff roster is shortened, because that's what you basically do. Your starters play a solid 32 minutes more if they need to, but you're hoping to balance it out a little bit. I just also want to say, because I had that written down in my notes, that he knocked out of Banchero's hand in the first, and then I had that he knocked it out in the fourth. Banchero, someone earlier said, Banchero must be thrilled that Tobias isn't playing because Tobias owns him. Banchero had 2 turnovers tonight. And we just talked about how in the first and the fourth, Kevin Huerter knocked it out of his hands. So Kevin Huerter, not Ausar Thompson, not Javonte Green, not Ron Holland. Kevin Huerter was responsible for Banchero's 2 turnovers tonight.
Yep.
That's so funny.
The last one, he just took it away. Said, "Give me that, bro. Give me them cookies."
To me, it tells me. It tells me again, maybe a little bit of a. Again, to me, that just says ego, and I'm not saying that. To me, it just shows like, what's he gonna do?
Right.
When he's guarding you.
Yeah. So, like I said, guys, I know it's wishful thinking. He just brings so much to the game. He just brings you everything. There was another possession too where he missed a 3, and we got the offensive board, and he immediately just dove to the rim. for a nice cut and finish. Like a lot of guys, you see them when they miss a three, they don't want to take it. They don't want to miss any more shots on that possession. So they get passive. They stand around and they might relocate to a three. Like he immediately missed it, offensive board, straight to the hoop and made up for it. Like, so I just love the way he plays, man. He just plays very good basketball on both sides. Defensively, you mentioned it too. So I don't know, man. We'll see. And that's not taking nothing away from Duncan. Duncan's been good for us this year. It's just the little things that I think that Kevin Huerter does that could really help this team even more. So we'll leave it there, boss. Let's keep pushing, and let's go now, guys, to Ausar, Tasmanian, backbone of the defense, Thompson in this game, guys. Tonight, Ausar finished with 8 points on 4 or 5 shooting, 3 boards, 6 assists to 1 turnover. I think that's the best ratio for the team tonight, boss. 6 to 1 is very good for Ausar. No steals, but 3 blocks. So he still almost got to his 4 stocks that we're used to seeing. But had 3 blocks in 31 minutes. Take off on Ausar, Tasmanian, Thompson, boss. What'd you see?
Man, kind of a bummer, no steals, but he definitely had a better second half. He's the one who adjusted at halftime for sure. And my favorite thing to him tonight is in the third, he finally took it all the way, used his athleticism, and had an emphatic slam.
Yeah. Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
And it was one-handed. It looked two-handed at first, but it was one-handed. And it
real
was
quick,
over,
when he was going to the rim, real quick, were you like hoping like please just go up and dunk? Like were you?
I thought he was just gonna lay it in nice. I still thought I was like, oh, he's got this, but I think he's just gonna lay it in nicely over. Was it Wendell?
Yes. Yep.
So that's not necessarily hard. It's not necessarily easy either.
It's a big dude. Yeah.
It's a big guy, but nope. And I was just like, yes, Ausar, that's what we need to see from you. So now we know you can do it. Yes. So now you've shown us you can do it.
You
so
set the bar.
That was, I mean, that was awesome. Because again, I had no doubt that he would have made it, but I thought he might, try little tricks, lay it in, maybe put in too lightly and then have to tap it on the other side.
Right.
Nope,
yeah.
He slammed it down. So love that. And then in the fourth, he was just super aggressive for boards. I thought he had a steal because I wrote down steals, but maybe he was just disruptive and it didn't go for him, someone else. And then putbacks, like he was just all over the place, bothering people. So that was just fun to see. So he definitely picked it up. And I think he was one of the guys that definitely was like, I want to stay in, coach, late. And unfortunately, he had a couple miscues as well. But you love to see that energy. So if I can get a dunk like that from Ausar every game the rest of the season, I'm thrilled. That's how you should
just
finish
an attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so many times we see him go around and try to hang. He was still going up when he threw that dunk down. It didn't even look like it was hard for him.
Yeah.
Like Wendell was halfway coming down, Ausar was still ascending. So it's just like I don't know if he even realizes like his ability at the rim sometimes because he's always. I need somebody to just tick him off pregame every time so he has that mentality. But I thought he was solid in this game. I thought it, but look, once again, the thing that stood out for me other than his defense, I didn't realize he had 3 blocks, but it just was a secondary playmaking, boss. He's looking more and more comfortable. This is a blessing in disguise we were talking about for all these guys, with guys like K being out, having to do things by committee, having to, play defense, having to score, having to play make, all of it by committee. I think Ausar is one of the biggest beneficiaries of that because he's had the ball in his hands a lot more with Cade out. And he's showing more and more that he's looking more and more comfortable doing it and consistently doing it. He's not turning the ball over. That was one of the biggest things for me with him last year. He's make a great play, and then he make a bad pass. He make a great block, then board him, or then he push the ball and turn it right back over when he had an easy layup or dunk, or he had somebody on the wing, right? This year is a whole lot less of that. Whole lot less of that this season with him. He's just so much more in control with the basketball now. And he's playing at a much better pace. Because in years past, especially last year, he just looked like he was moving a little bit too fast. A little bit too quickly. And that's when he would bobble the ball out of bounds or lose it or, bad shot or but now he's just, I think he understands now that even if you slow down just a touch, you're still faster than 95% of the guys in the league. So it doesn't matter.
And
so it's just nice to see him make that adjustment. Go ahead.
And so absolutely, you were so correct there, but just also just taller. Like he just, when they said that, well, Banchero's 250, Wendell, I don't know how much he is, but like, I don't know if it's Wendell or Wendell, but
Wendell, but whatever. Yeah.
Okay, good. I always just feel bad if I mispronounce names, but he just, it's just like your jumps alone can put you ahead of these guys.
Yep.
I mean, imagine them against. I mean, I would consider Carter one of the kind of non-mobile bigs in the league compared to like Şengün, Jokic, just some guys that really won't jump up and meet you at the rim often. I think he's in that category compared to others. So, Ausar read it well. And like you said, too, just a lot of his just athleticism, just what he was able to do tonight offensively was huge. And he was, again, big reason for that comeback in the fourth. Big reason. Both ends.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. So I thought he played good in this game, boss. So let's keep pushing, man. Let's go, guys, now to before we do that, I gotta shout out our guy, Indie Sports Fan, for sure, because he hit us with a nice gift. We appreciate you, brother, for sure, man. He said had to get a membership and gift membership to support you guys. From time to time, I buy a Google Play card and use it to give memberships and live chats for channels I support.
Oh,
thanks, bro. Appreciate
that's
it, bro.
awesome. Thank you,
Indie, man. We appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
I need to hear it. You just heard me talk a little bit about your Pacers. You guys have someone in your team named like Sprawling or Sprawler, something like that was just embarrassing Donovan Mitchell and James Harden the other night. And I'm looking forward to seeing him. Yeah, on Sunday. Honestly thrilled. Looking forward to seeing him on Sunday.
See that.
But he's, I think, a 10-day there. So, like I said, they almost lost that game.
A 10-day guy was doing that to D Mitch?
I'm pretty sure he's a 10-day. So let me know. I can look him up, but I want to see if you know who I'm talking about first.
Okay. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. AT saved falling down into a exactly. His effort was there tonight for sure.
A couple toe liners again too.
Yeah,
like his lines, he just makes those sometimes. It's crazy.
His balance is crazy. Eric keeps getting mentioned in the chat. Let's bring him up. Oh, you know, I'm gonna see if he's available or not, boss.
I was way off. With who it was. It wasn't Awesome, but it was Slauson. Jalen Slauson.
Oh, I think I do know that name. Okay.
He's 26, so maybe he wasn't, but like he was on the Kings last year and then came to the Pacers. Yeah, the Pacers against the Cavs, like that in that game, they didn't have a 2-point field goal for like 6 minutes.
That's crazy.
They were just shooting threes and draining them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting next year, boss. That's for sure.
Fun.
That's for sure.
It's gonna be a good off season, I feel like.
Yeah. I think.
And I'm predicting it right now. Giannis ain't leaving with all this chatter. I'm predicting it.
I had a conversation right now. That's such a mess. You're probably right. That just makes my head spin.
That's all I need to say about that.
So. That's a fact. I agree. Let's go, boss, to one of your favorite players in this team, B-Ball Paul Reed. Guys, in this game, finished with 9 points on 4-7 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 6 boards, 2 assists, and a turnover, and also a block in 18 minutes as a starter. Not a ton of minutes for him as a starter, but boss, go or take off on what you saw from Paul Reed in this game.
Yeah, I was a little bit. I don't mind the 2-big lineup. He tried a 2-big lineup here. When I saw that Paul Reed was, and I was like, oh, he's kind of resting Duren a little bit. No, I saw them in together. But then I'm like, okay, but Tolu's there too, and like Tolu's still gonna get minutes. I don't know.
Yep.
But I didn't hate it though. It's almost like they were maybe just playing at the fact that can B-Ball Paul be productive out there at the 4 if we do run a 2-big with Stu and Duren. Can we have a 2-big in at all times, sort of thing?
Yep.
I think he went out early because of foul trouble. He had 4, the most on our team. Only 1 turnover. His one of every game. So he's not.
You always call that out. It seems like every game too he gets 1.
If it's 1 a game, does it really impact your turnovers overall? If you're expecting, So,
I mean, you can live with 1.
His rebounds were split, offensive, defensive. He had a big 3 at the end of the second. Unfortunately, Bane went and got that back, but yeah, it was just, I love seeing a B-Ball Paul 3. He was just showing off. So he was at the top of the key a lot, and he was just showing off how he does have handles, how he does, move the ball, try to find his own shot. Like, we just got to see him in a little bit of a different light today. And he was taking some fun jump shots. I heard there was one where he dribbled in, and you heard JB say, shoot that B-Ball or shoot that Paul. Yeah. And he turned around and shot it from the free throw line and hit it. So
that was nice. That from the free throw line, that was nice. That was nice.
Oh, yeah. And 4 of 7 overall, a block. You just would hope for, 4 of 7 isn't even that bad, but when you're needing offense, but, I guess if you're giving the ball over 21 times, you don't have a lot of offensive possession.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think he played aggressive. And there were a couple times that, Like there was one, was it Bane or Black or Suggs? Someone was coming in and he was up and they jumped up. It might have been Bancaro. And they jumped up and when they came down, they grabbed his arm and pulled it down with them.
I saw that too.
And then he went up straight again and they're like, oh, that's a foul. Like the Magic, they're just, they have these tricks up their sleeves on both ends. And they're just a little, and like it works, I guess, but it's like, I want to say 2 out of his 4 fouls were just kind of the offense. I want to say 3 out of his 4 fouls, which is the offense making him foul them. Like either with that or I remember 2 times that he just got ran into. Like again, I just hate it when the whistle benefits the offense running, like creating the contact themselves. Anthony Black did it too, where he just like that. I think that was one on B-ball too. Was dribbling in from the corner and just like we were like, oh, and then we saw Desmond Bain cut off a Ron.
I'm not a Desmond Bain fan, bro.
I know.
I can't stand Desmond Bain. So no.
I know.
Oh,
but we saw these little tricks and I'm just like, why are you rewarding them with this? Like, and every time I saw the refs, they'd be like, I didn't see that. I was like,
of course you didn't, bro.
Yeah.
Turn your head the other way.
That's like the one where Daniss got that hit in the face? Oh, no, it's JD.
Yeah, Daniss, a few guys got hit in the face.
But JD, Daniss was hit in the face. He's like, you didn't see him come down, and it was Bane because Bane swung like this.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that. And they replay it, and it's just clear as day.
Yep.
It just pushed in the face. It's crazy. Anyways,
we can't.
B-ball, I think, just got the short on the stick there. But otherwise, he played a good game, and you could tell he wanted to be aggressive out there. You could absolutely tell he was trying to be aggressive. So
yeah, and I hear you guys saying he's a third big. Like I still think long term, I wouldn't mind as currently constructed, JD and Stu as a 2 big lineup with Paul Reed as a third guy. That's for me. That's ideal with this current lineup, unless they add something else, which they probably will. But yeah, Chris, exactly. That's what I've said from the beginning of the season. I want to see that, right? Just because of just the edge it gives you as far as physicality and rebounding and being able to get out and run in transition and all these different things. That's why I want to see it for sure. So maybe the answer isn't Paul Reed and JD. Maybe it's JD and Stu and then Paul Reed and Stu, or Paul Reed and JD after that. But I think those 3 together can be the 3 big rotation. After this season going forward. So we'll see. Well, you could be right. It could be just experimenting now. See how it looks. Yeah. Good call.
I do think that we are going to retain Tobias on a minimum, especially with the trajectory of like, I guess he could have other options of where to go, but does he want to be a part? Like he feels, I think, at home here right now. So I think he would accept less money to stay longer. And then I don't see how much longer he's in the league himself. So it's also just kind of prepping for the future of Stu and Duren. Like if we want to retain both Stu and Duren, how do we retain both of them if Stu wants to be in the starting lineup too,
Yeah, that's the key. It's going to be how much it's going to cost to bring a guy like Tobias back. But with him having ties here, with his family being here, with him really finding a home here and being appreciated here, I wouldn't be surprised if they, are able to kind of meet in the middle or something like that. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Zion says, do you guys know why Bane shoots free throws after a challenge of Goga's offensive foul? I didn't catch that. Did you see that?
They said that, yes. So he was going for the shot and he missed it. I actually don't know why he did, because
I don't either.
They're saying that because he was going for a shot, and then they said that it was Duren's contact on Goga, and they literally called out. So if anything, Goga should have, because I wasn't around. I was like around my house when I was like listening to the TV coming back on. And by the time it was back on, Bane was already at the line. I was like, what is happening?
Okay.
But
I may have to go back and watch that one.
It was a Duren foul, but he pushed, maybe because he pushed Goga into Bane.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I missed that one.
Yeah.
Maju said Paul Reed is so much better than. I think so too. I think he's just the third big. Right.
I just was talking to you about your Lakers. Like they have LeBron, and they shouldn't have to rely on LeBron. And Luke Kennard, guys, got a triple-double the other night with like 15 rebounds.
Yes, he did.
Like, everybody's trying to step it up. Rui Hachimura was from 3. Their centers, you think like, oh yeah, they're centers. They woke up. They're set. Ayton finished with 4, I think. And I think Jackson, when I texted you with like 5 minutes left, like DeAndre Ayton had 4 rebounds and Jackson Hayes had 3.
Yeah, I was ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Rip the ball down.
Like we get on JD for having that, like what they had combined. We get on JD, that's not enough.
I get mad at JD for having like 8 sometimes. I was like, you could have had more. You know? So yeah.
It's levels to it.
And that's just an example of. I hope they don't try to poach B-ball from us. They're gonna go for the heavy hitters. They don't have the Trajan eye of hey, you don't need the big you don't need the big contracts, the big names.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably try to go for JD like they did last year. They
Oh
tried to give us
yeah.
Austin Reeves and all that mess.
They're gonna be like, we'll let LeBron sign with you, but give us Mobley or Allen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, thanks. No, thank you. Boss, let's keep pushing. Let's go, guys, to Hayes is awful, bro.
Yeah. He's
And
one of
Ayton, both of them low key.
yeah, just rocks in the brain. Like I'm just like, is there a
my-
thought in your head? Because then he makes a dunk, he's screaming in the crowd. I was like, 2 points, bro.
Yeah.
And you
I know.
lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
anyway,
I agree. It just makes me appreciate the bigs we have on this team. For sure.
the effort.
Guys, for
The
sure.
effort is so appreciative from everybody.
Heisenberg gave the explanation. Said, Batatse was basically boxing JD out so Bane could have a clear path to the basket. It amazes me when the refs look at the replay and still
Yeah.
get it wrong. Yeah,
That's what Blahan was saying too. And that's kind of where I said,
makes
for the
sense.
sake of basketball, I think the Magic has some controversy around them, and what that does is just stir up media. It stirs up engagement. So, and the Pistons are already locked in, so they're not going to give the Pistons anything easy. It seems like.
Facts. And last thing, yes, he is signed through next year. Is B-Ball Paul Reed. So we have him for at least another year, and then we'll see what happens after that. But it's nice to be able to get a look at that lineup with those bigs next year since he will be here, boss. So that's all we got on that. Let's go, boss, to JD in this game. Jalen Duren, guys, finished with 18 points on 7 for 9 shooting, efficient. 4-7 from the line, not so much. 8 boards, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, not good. 1 steal in 32 minutes, boss. What did you see tonight from JD in this game?
I had one note from him, and this is because I know he's a Michigan guy, but I hate Mo Wagner. I'll use the H word. I hate Mo Wagner. And he just absolutely bodied him.
Yep.
JD said, get out of my way, small boy. Like, and the reason that there wasn't a foul is because he basically just knocked him off balance to the point of Mo falling back. Mo wasn't set and like, he's like set, you know how they do when they draw charges? Like, no.
Yeah.
JD's like here. And Mo was like, had to try to catch himself and didn't.
Yep.
And then got benched the rest of the game. So,
yeah, Mo is big, but he's not strong. Like it's levels to it. He's a big guy, but JD is a tank. Like
again, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
That's again. He had a JD game. The free throws weren't great. 4 of 7, definitely below his average coming into this game. He was one of the first ones that I was just like, you want to win, or are you waiting for your turn to rest? You know,
lethargic.
Like, I don't. He was the kind of the first like. You were just talking about, you've been in the media in circles, like we were talking about how you've stepped up as a leader when Kate is gone. And here you are.
Do you think he was still possibly under the weather? Because that's one thing last game I overlooked. So I'm like, let me make sure I can see. Yeah.
Who had to take Dayquil today. I had to carry my nanny kid. He's big. He's big for a 2-year-old. But I had to carry him up the stairs, and I was like, I can't breathe. I'm going upstairs. 12 stairs. I'm carrying him up. 35 pounds. And JD expected to run and jump. So that could potentially be it as well.
Just to be fair, because last game I overlooked that. And you were like, maybe that was,
But
I've been so like numb with all these injury designations. I'm like, but
agreed. Okay. But in that case, this would also have been the perfect game to rest him.
It's a fact.
So I don't know. Unless he has a rest kind of scheduled. I'm not gonna say that, but like unless they're kind of like, and some of these other games we're gonna give you lower minutes, so we want you to play this one while these guys are out, kind of thing, a little bit of a rotation. Yeah. So yeah, I mean a solid stat line, better than Ayton's and Hayes. So almost a double-double if he got one more rebound. 7 of 9 shooting, that's been on par with where he's been there at the rim. Like you said, 4 turnovers, not good. And he definitely was getting hacked.
He was. He always gets hacked, but
At the same time, I'm like, if you want those calls, make your free throws. Remember Luke Kennard said his secret challenge was setting all the leads. Oh, me too. Me too. Oh my gosh, now I want to sing it with him.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's so fun.
Luke Kennard is a Piston, man. We could have had.
I'm glad he's stepping it up as a Laker because they like their flashy white boys over there.
I mean, he's a good player though. He's gotten a lot better since he got to the NBA too. I gotta give him credit. Like
if you watched, I don't know if you watched a lot of the Lakers game. I don't think you did because I was updating you. But like him and LeBron were like he stepped up and turned into Austin Reeves that game. But like more all around. His scoring wasn't pretty. He wasn't making his threes, but he still ended with a triple double and like 15, 16 rebounds.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah,
Nuts.
that's impressive for Luke Kennard, who's not an athletic guy, who's not
And
a
who
fast
just got
big
to this
guy.
team, telling this
Yeah,
team, "Hey, I know that we're probably gonna fall, hopefully to
yeah.
Denver, but I'm gonna come out here and actually try." Him,
Yep.
Murray, and LeBron, they really looked good out there. So
Yeah.
I'm if anything, it just reinvigorates him for a better fit elsewhere. He hasn't really found his home. It's been us and then the Grizzlies, right? And then the Lakers
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He
and the
played a big
Hawks in
stretch
there
with
somewhere.
the Grizzlies. Real quick,
So
Zion said, I think Duren needs to hit 50. He needs more games to hit 65. He's played under 20 minutes in 4 of the 67 games. I think he needs 4 more games, or I think it's 4 more games because he has played, I think, 4 games under 20 minutes. So I think he needs to play at least a couple more to get there. Because you got to play 20 to qualify. So
So
yeah,
that
he's
would
gonna get
explain
there. I
it
think
while he's out there too. 'Cause like I
that's
just
a good
said,
point.
why is
Right?
he so that would explain it. So
Yeah.
maybe he is just a little bit
Yeah.
under that weather, like
So yeah.
all of us.
But it wasn't just him,
Mhm.
But he didn't look good. He looked like it was, he just wasn't even the first play of the game, I think, or the second play of the game. Offensive putback, he let Wendell Carter have, and he just like
Mhm.
he just wasn't there tonight like he usually is. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
Even his
it wasn't
arguing
just
was
him.
kinda just like,
I know, right. Yeah,
"Let
that's
me
how you
get
can tell
back."
he's not into the
Yeah.
game.
Not up here, but down here.
Yeah, right. Just at his waist. All right, guys, let's keep pushing, man, boss. Let's go to some reserves and we call it a night. Let's go to Marcus Sasser in this game, boss. Marcus Sasser, guys, finished with 5 points on 2 for 8 shooting, 1 on 3 from 3, 2 boards, 4 assists, 2 turnovers in 17 minutes. What'd you see from Sass? Sass.
So I'm actually thrilled to see he only ended with 2 turnovers because both of those turnovers are so vivid in my head.
Me too.
They were
I thought it was
terrible,
more. I
terrible
agree.
passes. But in a
He was okay.
I don't want him to do that, but it definitely gets drowned out in the sea of 19. So because you had 21 on yours, I have 19 on mine. So I hope mine's
Total
right.
turnovers? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 21, on ESPN.
Yeah, I have 19. So curious.
We'll just say 20.
I'm curious to see. Yeah, true. But I'm just curious to see who the other two were added to because we've matched up so far. But anyways, only 1 foul. He got blocked a couple times. Like this is not a good. The Magic are not a good matchup for him. They're not a small team. They have like Suggs.
Yeah, they got a lot of big guards, though. A lot of big guys.
Black, but like that's really it. Everyone else is ready to body, and they're really good at moving defensively, I will say.
They are.
But man, I thought he had more points. I thought he had at least 2 threes. But
yeah, he had at least. I know he had 1 that I recall. But he
I
finished
didn't even
with
take notes of him.
3.
Didn't even write his name down on my note sheet. I'm sorry,
It's
Seth.
cool. It'd be like that sometimes. I thought it was decent. He had some defensive plays he made. Like he had a nice strip on Anthony Black.
Mm-hmm.
The knockdown 3 you mentioned. He was a little bit out of control though. You mentioned it seemed like he had more. There was a few where it could have been turnovers, but we ended up retrieving the ball. I think that's probably why you may have felt that he had more because it was still a bad play, bad read. It just we came up with the ball, so it wasn't a turnover. But I felt like at times he was a little bit out of control with the basket, just too loose with it for me tonight.
Yeah, and I agree. I just wanted to finish my thoughts real quick, but like when he came out he shot that 3, and then again JB immediately took him to the side because I think he wasn't hitting certain standards, whether that was defensively or whether it was just like cleaning up some of those things, like trying to set it up, because he had one where he just basically turned it over. That was the egregious one, the early one, because he sprinted so far, and I don't think he was expecting a lane to open up for him, so he just kind of went right out of bounds.
Yeah,
and had to throw it back in. That's both of the turnovers were blind throw-ins. I'm like, no, Sass, don't do that. Don't ever do that. Jokic doesn't like no one. Like, that's like the worst time. You just can't blind it. But that was like crazy. I do agree there because he could have taken it straight to the basket, but I think he was expecting a little bit more.
I agree.
Pressure, and he just was just. But his 3 was nice. JB talked to him about it. Every time he came out, he didn't necessarily, he holds himself to a standard as well. So 2 of 8, you got to do better from there. But again, he led the team in assists, led the bench in assists, which is all you can ask for from a backup point. So I'll give him that.
Especially in a game when there's so many turnovers.
Yeah.
He only had 2 of them. So not going to get it from that. But still, the decision-making as a whole has to be better. Has to be better. So we'll see if he's able to crack the rotation come playoff time, especially with the guys we got coming back, and we'll see. But this is still a good opportunity for him now. So, all right, guys, let's keep pushing, boss. Let's go now to Ron Holland in this game, guys. Ron Holland tonight finished, guys, with 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 turnover, no assists, but 2 stocks with a steal and a block in 18 minutes. What'd you see?
So he played for 18 minutes and he got his 5 points in the span of like 40 seconds. He had a nice cut for a little touch shot in front of the rim. And then the next play, they got a transition and he got that corner 3.
Yeah.
He had 3 fouls. And again, after his third foul, because him and JB were kind of yelling at each other. And I think it's JB coaching him, like he's coaching everybody, but it's Ron also just frustrating himself. Like, I don't think Ron was frustrated at JB. Ron was just frustrated at himself. Yep. Just like, and he's young and he understands like what's at stake here. And he was on this team last year when his minutes weren't up in the playoffs and he wants to contribute. I was only a little bummed because that when I saw who was out today, I was like, this is Ron's game. We saw him drain 2 threes the last time. We saw his confidence go up a little bit. This could have been a fantastic Ron game, especially with who we were facing. So the foul trouble just got him there. But then he came back in later. How many fouls did he finish with? 3. So he had those 3 early ones that he came back in later, got a steal and a block. Not many points, but he did play aggressive, was in some of those moments for the push. So I'm just more sad because it was a great learning game from him, for him. But because he is going to be like these guys, people are going to try to draw fouls on him in the playoffs. It is what it is. And certain scenarios, I think Paolo, every time Paolo saw Ron was on him, I saw Paolo be like, yes. Yeah. And it's not because Ron's playing bad defense. It's because Ron doesn't get the benefit of the whistle. He doesn't get a good whistle.
He's giving him size too, That's
oh yeah. He's 250. Yeah. Gives him size, but he uses that, for Ron. Ron can't play too close to him kind of thing.
Yeah. So, exactly.
For me, I'm not mad at Ron's game, but I'm just a little bit bummed because I thought that, I think he just really, and he has still 3 more games to get it, and I have no doubt that he will, but I think he just needs a little bit of a momentum getting game again to feel good going into the postseason for this team.
So I thought he brought what he always brings, but I am starting to notice something with Ron. I think Ron, like tonight's game didn't cater to Ron's style of play. Like the Pistons didn't have a lot of transition buckets. He's better in transition, much better in transition than he is in the half court. So if we're stuck in the half court all game, he's not going to be as effective as he could be because he's not a guy who can go and get his own shot. He's not consistent with this 3 ball yet in the half court. He can get to the lane at times, but teams are scouting and understanding how to play him when he gets downhill, right? So I just think in games like this, when it doesn't cater to his style, when it doesn't cater to the Pistons, because he is a byproduct of how the Pistons want to play. And he's not versatile enough yet to be able to get it done in other ways. You know what I mean? Like he's not versatile enough to say, okay, we can't run tonight. Let's get some, like Tobias Harris. He's not great in transition, but he can get it done in transition. And he's great in half court. So regardless of the game script, Tobias Harris, guys like that can be effective either way. Ron is harder for him to be effective at this stage in year 2, keep in mind, at 20 years old, right? Which is fair. But it's harder for him to get going in a game like this when we're just stuck in the half court because this game isn't built for the half court yet. So in a game like tonight, when he's trying to play hard, it's only so much he can do because the game script and the game flow is a half court game for the Pistons.
Agreed.
I think that's the thing for him.
I think positively, he did make 1 of 3. He wasn't 1 of 6, which we see him go before. Yeah. And he just came off of a game where he made 2 of 3. So he's positively, if he can just find a little bit more rhythm in that, I want to see him closer to 2 to 3, obviously. But I'm not going to even, 2 of 4 is not even bad. So if he took 1 more and drained it, I'd be happy. So at least, he's trying to find, I think if he works on his niche a little bit of how to contribute in a half court when we don't have those breakouts, then his flow will be a lot better. But that's just going to come with time. So
exactly. It's just something we point out. Yeah, it's not a knock. It's just, he's in year 2. He's 20 years old. So, but it is what it is as of right now, Go ahead.
Trajan had this vision for this team already. That's why I brought in JB. It's why we played this way for 2 seasons straight. And that's why I drafted Ron Holland. Like you just said, Ron's game kind of thrives in this. So he wanted a guy who fit with the scheme. And there's a lot of guys that can, but there's a lot of guys that can't too. So
yeah. And the thing is, he has the ability to be able to grow his game eventually. So it's still nice to have a guy who has that mentality, who can in time be able to branch out. So I'm not worried about him long term. It's just something that we see right now with Ron. So, all right, guys, let's keep pushing, man. Boss, let's go to Javonte Savage. Can you woo Green? I had to hold it for that one because tonight he
man.
got some things done for sure, guys. We're going to get to him for sure. So, boss, tonight in this game, Savage Wu, Javonte Green finished with 17 points, most for him in a while.
Yeah.
On 6 for 13 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3, 2 of 3 from the line, 7 boards. And that's second most on the team tonight, guys. 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 5 stocks, guys. 3 steals and 2 blocks for Javonte Green in 27 minutes, boss. Take off on what you saw from Savage Wu in this game. Incredible stuff from him, man.
I thought Wu was gonna win this game for us. I thought he was gonna shoot us back into this
looking
game.
like it.
And he definitely tried. So I don't fault him at all. I think he was taking it personally. Wu doesn't like the Magic are also chirpers. I don't think he liked the fact that these guys were chirping at him because there was 1 3 he hit in the fourth. It was the first 3 he hit to get us going, like get us to 19 points. I'm sorry, no, get us to 22 points. Because then we hit the next one and went to 19 because it was under. Yeah, 22 points. And he hit it in front of there was a corner 3 in front of the Magic bench, and he turned around and he's talking to him. And at first I'm like, bro, we're down by 22. There's no need. But he helped drive that comeback. That was a completely, like I said, Ausar did great, Jenkins did great, but that was driven by Javonte Green. And I thought that he was going to be the one who started tonight, but I'm so glad the minutes that we had him, and he played more minutes because of that run, because of that show.
Yep.
He hit his first 3 immediately after checking in the first. Timeout, ran the play, hit that 3.
You saw that too? Corner 3?
Yep. And then later in the first, he had a great follow-up. He missed the 3, and he's really good about knowing when a shot's going to go in and when it's not. It's kind of how you can tell if it's going to go in and it's not. It's like bees. You would see bees, start to shimmy, or Tim Hardaway, I think more so, which is from it. But Wu, he saw it was short and immediately followed it up and then was able to find Ron through that cut. And then that just started the momentum of then Ron getting the corner 3. Like he just was a momentum builder tonight. He was our momentum guy.
Exactly.
2 big threes again to start the fourth. Incredible defense, incredible plays. What was his free throws? Because I know he didn't make. Oh, only 2 or 3. So he only went to line once. Okay. Yeah, he got fouled on that 3-point by De Silva, who I like De Silva, but you know what he makes me? He makes me think of like voodoo, like Louisiana vibes. His eyes. I don't want to stare.
I'm screaming.
People in New Orleans are like, don't take things off of strangers or don't accept compliments from strangers because they're giving you something. That's how I feel about De Silva. No offense to you guys, beautiful eyes, but to me they give me a little bit.
That's funny.
But anyways, he just ran Javonte over on that, and that's one that I would never accept. Like we saw Javonte Wu get called for a couple of threes, fouls on threes against Murray. But it wasn't egregious like that. If I'm trying to stop a comeback and I'm Jamal Mosley and I see Tristan De Silva absolutely tackle a guy in the 3-point line, I'm like, what are you doing? You know? But anyways, fantastic game from Wu. He really earned it. I'm kind of bummed we didn't pull it out for him. Again, Huerter was like my overall belt, but if he won us the game, it obviously would have. I think if we won, it would have gone to him just for his thing. But
for sure,
I love to see Wu in that state. And like you said, it's been a while since we've seen him play that long. And he really stepped up.
So we always say he may not start games, but he may finish some for you because he's going to help you win games or help you get back into games because he also, like Ron, that's the thing. He also, like Ron, plays to the style that the Pistons want to play. But he's got some, but he's reliable from the 3 ball. So it's just the things like that with Ron that we're talking about. That's why I think Wu stays on the court because he fits the identity and he's been around longer. He's a vet. He's a little bit older, right? He did it. I always talk about a shot diet as far as I don't want to see him putting the ball on the floor. And he kind of had to tonight because once again, Tobias was out like he was last time when I didn't like the shot diet. But he did a good job tonight, putting the ball on the floor, getting to the hoop, had a nice glasser, things like that. Wasn't a ton of it either. It was just in spots, I'm okay with that. Did you see that block on Javon Carter? Javon Carter he had in the first quarter where he just smacked it out of bounds.
I literally had just texted the chat. I was like, guys, keep your eye on Javon Carter because I think he'd be super cheap, super great guy. I love his handles. He plays well. He usually sinks those threes that he missed tonight. And immediately after, I was like, keep an eye on him because I think I think you guys will like him like for cheap next year to come in. I think he could fit. He could find his home here too. And then immediately we just destroyed him. I was like, oh, not that play.
Yep. By the way, guys, my bad. Michigan just won up 9 with a minute 40 to 49 to go, guys.
I know. I was watching. I saw that you guys. How you guys feeling? Do we need to Do we need to take
No, I think we're good. I think we're
break?
good. We're good.
Okay, let me know if it gets close. We'll take a break, or
Yeah.
you guys can watch and I can talk. I don't care. But I mean, I do
Yeah, for
care,
sure.
but it's more important to you guys. So
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I thought Will was good. He was really good. Like he had 10 points, I think, in the fourth quarter alone. He really fueled that win for sure. So I gotta give him a lot of credit for that for sure. He was good, man. He was the biggest reason why we were able to get back into that game in the fourth quarter. So shout out to him for sure. Boss, let's keep pushing, man. We got 2 more guys in this game. Let's start with Tolu Smith. Tolu Smith guys in this game finished with 8 points on 3-5 shooting, 2-4 from the line. I need that to go up, bruh. He hit his first 2 and then missed his next 2. And they got some chicken. They were all happy with the chicken. 3 boards, 1 assist in 12 minutes. What'd you see from Tolu?
He learned a lesson today when when they call a timeout for a 0.3 second play. And they brought in the big guys and they said, don't you dare let these people get to the rim.
Yep.
And Tolu,
saw that too.
I think was ready, but not.
Yep.
It was a little spaced out. Thank God the Kane bucket, of course, it's still a lesson. He's still going to feel it, but it stings a little less because it was late.
Yep.
But that wasn't Ausar's job. Ausar at the corner. That was in 0.3 seconds. You can't even yell to a cutting guy. You can't even say cut.
Yeah,
like you have to be aware.
Can't let him get a score in 0.3, bro.
But he learned from it, and it didn't sting too bad. At
at
the rim, he had a nice at the rim basket. He drew that loose ball whistle from Goga at the end of the first for those 2 free throws that he made. Goga Batadze, I would still pick, even though Goga's like an NBA player contracted, I would still pick Tolu over Goga any day.
Yeah, this is once like Daniss, this is his real first season playing meaningful minutes. So
I think he did a fantastic job. I love the throw. It reminds me of watching an 04, just having someone out there bouncing on the floor, someone big, someone at the rim. You know, if it's the throw, he's our guy,
bro.
Yeah.
That Samoan hair of his, Samoan roots of his grow. So y'all see the opening, his hair is like a little mini fro, and now wouldn't he be the fit to the screen?
If I had one question,
like way out here, look like Afro Thunder.
Truly.
Ready to rumble.
If I had one question, because he's Samoan, I would ask him if he thinks that Tristan Da Silva is like voodoo vibes.
Man.
But anyways,
know the answer to that one.
I'm 3 of 5. You're not gonna get mad at either.
Yeah.
Just some fouls, no turnovers. 3 rebounds, but that's the second most off the bench. So
he was
solid game from Tolu, and I just was excited to see him. It felt like we saw him more than 13 minutes, but also less because I want to see him more. So
just good opportunity, right? He played meaningful minutes, so I think the last 3 games are going to be more of that for guys like him and guys like Chaz Lanier, boss. So let's segue to here, guys. Chaz Lanier in this game finished with, let's see, what did Chaz finish with? Chaz finished with 2 points on 1 for 7. Guys, he is struggling with his shot. 1 for 7 overall, 0-4 from 3, 1 board and assist, and he played 15 minutes, so he has some opportunities. Just he's in a slump right now with a shot. So, what do you see from Chaz tonight?
1 of 7 is not good. 0-4 is not good. The shot that he did make, the little floater, was pretty. They'll just dribble it. That wasn't a floater; it was just like a mid-range shot. But he hasn't. I don't know if it's pressure, if it's pace. I don't know what it is, but his 3 is not translating from the G League to the NBA well right now. You can't ask it to when you give him sporadic minutes, and now hopefully we get to see. I want to see him more. I want this to be his worst game in the last 4 games of the season. I want him to play 60 minutes consistently going forward, and I want him to get consistently better every time. And you know what? I think his best matchup will actually be against the G League 10-day contract Pacers. He's gonna go off. So I'm excited to talk about that. But also maybe he's just feeling the loss of Tennessee as well. It's just heartbreaking. But
Sean says, I'm a 50-year-old white man. I've wanted a fro my whole life. We can't one. I'm screaming. I'm dead. That's hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. Shout out to you for that, man. That's funny. It's gonna be a fight. So, guys, Michigan's up 9 with about 35 seconds to go, I believe. So it's still college, so it's not over yet, right? I've seen strange things happen in college, but looking like it's 50 seconds. My bad. 50 seconds. They're at the line. So So we in good shape, guys. Michigan's in good shape. So, guys, real quickly, man. just to recap, guys, let's pull the schedule up and look at the upcoming game, and we'll go from there. So, guys, up next for the Pistons, they host the Milwaukee Bucks. And, guys, it's going to be the final home game of the regular season. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So if you guys haven't had a chance yet to get out to LCA, Little Caesars Arena, this season, you have one more opportunity, man, because the playoffs are right around the corner. So head down to LCA if you can, guys. Show some support for your team. Also, guys, playoff tickets went on sale today. And it looks like Boss and I will possibly be there for game one. It's looking good. It's looking good, man. So, guys, make sure you guys get your tickets while you can. And if you guys are going, let us know so we can all meet up with you guys for sure. I think Boss Tom is going to be in the building as well. I think also Jack is going to be here for sure as well. So it's going to be lit at LCA come playoff time, man. So hopefully you guys can come on down and join us for this upcoming playoff run, which could be a lot of fun depending on how things fall. So
I'll just say real quick, just on standings updates, nothing has really changed. Knicks and Cavs both won today, so they're still one game apart. Hornets and Magic are tied today with our win for 8th and 9th, so that determines who wins out and goes to 7th and who has to play around Robin to play us. So who would you take, Magic or Hornets first round? I'm going with Magic.
Magic, for sure.
I think the way that they played, they're without Franz, but we were without Cade and Stu and 3 other guys tonight, and just the way they play.
No question about it. I would definitely take. By the way, Chris said Mr. I was really trying to win in that fourth quarter. That's hilarious. Yeah, give me the Magic all day long. They're so inconsistent. They've had 5-game winning streaks and a 6-game losing streak. They're not locked in for playoff basketball. They're not locked in for playoff basketball. The Hornets are. They're locked in right now. So they're the more consistent team or the better team up and down the roster. They're just they're trying to win right now. So
All right.
All right, guys. That's all we got, man. Tom and Jack are dedicated, man. Shout out to our international ghosts. For sure, man. For sure. It's going to be a good time, guys, at LCA, man. Make sure you guys come on down, too. That's all we got, guys. So I will possibly be at the game Wednesday, guys. So let us know us doing a
You're breaking up there.
The following day. Like, let us know what you guys are thinking.
You just broke up. Can you guys hear him? He's breaking up for me, but can you guys hear him?
Hear me? You're breaking up for me too. So I'm not sure if it's you or me. But I may be at that game, guys, on Wednesday. So let us know what you guys want. If you guys
you're breaking
let us know. And we'll try to figure that out. But let us know in the comments what you guys are thinking about that as well. So
that's
all we got. Is there anything else, boss?
Yeah, that's really it. Is like, if you might be at the game, and I don't know how my sickness is gonna be because it feels like the start of it. But we'll see how it goes. We do want to talk about it. It may have to be a little delayed, but we'll see.
Okay, they're saying it's me. So I was just saying, guys, I may be at the game on Wednesday. So if you guys want to do a show the next day, or a big shot, if you guys want to do a show the next
how would you guys feel about
or whatever?
We want to talk to you guys, but we don't want you guys to be missing out. We want to support this, fundraiser. We want to talk about it. So it's just a matter of if you guys, feel like you can wait the next day, if you want to potentially do it a little bit later in the night. I don't know. We'll see. So
by the way, do y'all want to hang around for this last 37 seconds of this game? Or y'all want to call it? We'll leave it up to y'all because this Michigan game is live right now.
You guys are welcome to leave. I'm down to stay with you.
You down to stay?
Yes.
Okay, we'll watch a little U of M. We got about 30 seconds left. 37 seconds left. They just called timeout. They just hit a 3 ball, so now it's only a 4-point game. What? So Michigan, you need to hold on, man. That's why I was saying I've seen stranger things happen in college. I've seen stranger things, man.
Hey, we saw stranger things happen in the NBA today.
No. I've seen some stranger things. We definitely do for sure. So all right, let's check it out. Let's just watch. Let me turn my volume up a little bit.
Yeah, I know you guys don't care about it, but Nuggets, Trailblazers, they're also Nuggets could take the lead over the Lakers tonight with the win, and Trailblazers could jump from 9th to 8th with their win tonight. So
wow,
the Trailblazers are winning because the Nuggets don't play consistent basketball.
They're playing up and down to the conversation right now.
Yeah,
that was a tough shot, man, that he made. Wow, you see that 3 ball? Wow, it was crazy. Yeah, Mike, that was wild, bro. That was insane. Did he get fouled on that too? Look like. Oh yeah, boss, be careful with the copyright. But she's watching it, but she's here though, so she should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Good call, Zion. Appreciate you, bro.
I don't know what the rule is. We should all be able to share whatever we want. Stupid.
Yeah, it's not the world we live in, man.
Dan Hurley does crack me up, though. His family cracks me up.
Yeah. I'm turning this down a little
Wow.
bit. Yeah, 4-point game, man. Are they challenging the a 4-point play? Is that what's going on? Macklemore went straight to the spread. I'm screaming.
Stop it. Get out of my face.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Get the
Oh,
ball
I'm
in.
ahead of you. I'm ahead of you.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to pause it for me, or just have a delayed response. I think I'm behind. They got a foul. Yep. Okay, guys, can you hit your free throws? Are we in the bonus? Yeah, we are in the bonus, so we're good. Okay, no 1-on-1 stuff. Still need both of them, though, bro. And they are both teams are in the bonus. Okay.
Let me know when he shoots his first free throw for you.
Okay, he's at the line right now.
Okay.
Let me make sure hold on. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, he's about to shoot now. Yeah, 29.9. He's dribble. He just shot it, and it is good. Ooh, he missed it. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Rolled out. Come on, guys. Come on, man.
Good for THJ and Dunk and not Mo and not Franz, but Levert.
That's low key. Probably didn't play tonight. Low key. They probably about to go.
Right? I was like, are they gonna even be on there at halftime? Are they gonna just be like missing from the bench?
That's funny. Give us one. He missed both of them, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh.
You can't miss both free throws, dog. Come on, man. 20 seconds, guys.
Nothing
No
silly,
threes.
nothing silly.
Okay, grab the board. Game time.
Hold on to it.
Game time. Game time. Game time. That should be game time, guys. That should be game time. Should be in good shape. Man, get out of here. Ain't nothing to review, bro. What are you reviewing? What are you reviewing? He had a good look too. Just came up short. What are they reviewing?
Jump ball, maybe? Jump ball? Foul right there?
Man, stop.
That's a loose ball. That's not a loose ball foul. Like, that's just, I don't know college rules, guys. But what I do know is that they don't blow the whistles. That would be immediate whistle in the NBA.
They let them play.
Lay off the whistle.
They let them play for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Looking good, guys. 4-point lead with the ball. With the ball. 13 seconds to go, man. That's a big miss.
We got B-Ball's little brother. We got Tolu's little brother.
You said,
Smith.
who?
That's
Smith
funny. And Reed. I'm just reading
Smith
names.
and Reed. I'm screaming.
That's also, it's like Tolu. I just call him Tolu. So when I hear his full name, I'm like, Smith?
Tolu Smith here. Yeah.
Gentrification, man.
I'm screaming.
Pocahontas. John Smith.
Mike says Sean wants a fro and Boss wants freedom. I'm screaming. That's hilarious. Saying it through an elbow.
Well, he's got nothing to lose, you know? So you can't get mad at Hurley for this. It would make for an interesting game. So do the refs go for the money?
He reaching, bro.
The stay, like not the money in terms of
That's
the engagement, or do they go for the correct call?
Wait, say it again.
Like, it's curious. Like, do the refs go for like Adam Silver be like, keep the game going, call in the extender? We need people watching for revenue.
Oh, for ratings and all that, man.
Revenue ratings.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. That's not a no. That's not a bro. No, it's not a foul.
Is it a travel?
No.
Just he keeps jumping up?
No, man. Sean is hilarious.
It might be a travel because he literally the joke.
That need to be Yes, not successful. What are we talking about? Flagrant foul? If y'all don't get out of here, bro. Take this L, bro. Hold it. Hold it.
Again, he kind of had nothing to lose there. So
this is so man, this is so just invigorating for me because of 2013 with Trey Burke and Glenn Robinson Jr. and who else is on that team? I'm trying to remember now. That was a great team. Was Tim Hardaway Jr. on that team? No, was that team? No, I wasn't talking about Junior. Yes, he was. THJ was on that team that lost. Yes, he was. THJ, Trey Burke, Glenn Robinson III, Nick Stauskas.
I feel like I need to add
and the big man.
I need to
Mitch
add
McGarry.
the NCAA just for that's how I love storylines and
yes.
Oh. Hey, smart move, bud. Here we
go. Let's go, Michigan.
Yay!
First time in 37 years. Michigan Wolverines are your national champions, guys, for the first time since Ramil Robinson, Glenn Rice, Loy Vaught, Terry Mills, all those guys did it in 1989, guys. We are champions again. Yes, Zion, we lost to Louisville, 2014. Okay.
This is the part I can't watch, the children crying. The literal children sad.
Oh, they be all right. They be all right. I ain't got no compassion for them right now. I'm talking about when I was crying pretty much in 2014 when we lost. Go Blue, baby. Go Blue, baby. That's actually my wife Shan's alma mater. She went to U of M.
Ooh.
Go Blue, baby. Yes, go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped.
Aww.
I'm so happy for Michigan, bro. I love it. So, guys, we'll end it there, man. Got a chance to watch this ending with y'all. Pistons didn't get a dub tonight, but the Wolverines kind of gave us a great silver lining for tonight, being able to get that.
Us empaths.
That's my mom. My mom.
Really?
That's hilarious. Didn't even know she was here. I'm screaming. Oh man, congrats to Michigan from that's real, D. That's real, bro. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
You know, Rip is in that building right now too.
Hey, I love Rip, but I ain't got no compassion for him right now, bro.
Now I hope somebody told THJ so he can go shoot up 4 threes and win the game for the Nuggets.
Right. So
Someone
Rip,
let him know.
Let me see. Rip, Charlie Villanueva, Ben Gordon. Who else played for UConn? Ray Allen. They had a lot of. They had El Amin was nice too. They had a lot. Rip hit a game winner too when he was in college, which was crazy. But they got a lot of good players. A lot of great players at UConn, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Classic says Pistons. You are up next, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. A day after the Pistons clinch, bro. It's been a great weekend. Yeah, great weekend for Michigan sports with the Pistons clinching, Michigan winning the Final Four game, and then winning the Natty tonight. Great stuff, man. Great stuff, guys. Yes, Delio Okafor was another guy. Yes, bro, exactly. 100%. They have some really good players. So, guys, we're going to end it there, man. We appreciate y'all staying around with us, man, for this. This is great. I'm about to go do a little mini celebration. Might throw a couple back balls, you know what I'm saying? Might have a little fun tonight before I crash out tonight.
Put some, get my sleepy time tea, get some vapor. Yeah. There are a couple of times today that I tried to breathe in, guys, and it's like, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah. Hey, no, this was your flu game. This was your bad pizza game for sure. You stuck it out. You stuck it out. You still showed up and showed out like you always do. So y'all drop some fire emojis real quick for Boss, man. For sure. We both going through right now. I'm going through it too. My allergies are destroying me right now. Y'all could probably hear it all of my. I'm happy we didn't win just from the sense y'all ain't got to hear this chipmunk Detroit basketball. Yeah. That would have sounded weird. So appreciate you guys, man. We're gonna call it there, man.
Okay.
We appreciate you guys showing out like you guys always do. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. And we hope you guys have a great night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. Peace and love. Go Blue. Go Pistons. We out.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot. And I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of K9. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear your shade. Talking that chop, you must want this way. Look the dog, palm, mess around, find out, Look the dog, palm, mess around, find out, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, or you fat a cup of hair, cause I'm like that. Mess around.